Hi, Dr. Cloud. Thank you. I can't believe I actually got on.
Now, I'm glad you made it on. Tell me how I can help you.
Dr. Cloud, I have several of your books and I recommend you to everybody. And I've read a lot of them, especially how to get a date with keeping, and read that. And I put myself out there and a lot of stuff came up. One, which is years ago, I had this flashback of being sexually abused by my brother. And
Mm.
I worked through it a little bit, but then I went through, I decided to go back and do some EMDR and some other work. And in the last year, and a lot of stuff has come up that between my dad and my brother abusing me. And my parents have passed. My family's in major denial. And I talked to my brother about it because he, would call me and expect this certain type of relationship. And as an adult, he's been in AA for 30 years. He seems like a great, guy. But I told him what I experienced. He said that he remembered something when I was like 13 and he was 18, but we were just wrestling. It was no big deal. But nothing of the flashback that I had as a little child. And this has been really hard. And thought of, I dreamt of maybe being able to talk to you and ask this question to you about how it's very hard to have these two different realities, and it makes me second guess myself. And I have a lot of siblings, and to them, my family was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And me, I have all this pain, and I was at a family wedding
Mm.
recently.
Now, wait a minute.
And
Hold on. No, just hold on. Hold on one second. Let's set the trauma thing aside for a second. But you have all this pain, not only from that, but other things. I think you're saying,
Mhm.
and your brother, he was an addict, right?
Well, he stopped drinking alcohol at 21. He felt he was an alcoholic.
Okay, and he went into recovery, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you got you and you got him, and then you said my siblings think we had the perfect family and there were no issues, but you got you who's in a lot of trauma and you got him who's an addict. How can there have been no issues? Who are these other siblings and what planet are they on?
They all are just drinking the same Kool-Aid. They all just believe that, my parents were deaf. So my dad, but they both went to a boarding school for the deaf, and there was a priest there that was abusing all the kids. That was documented, but they never said
How many
anything.
kids are in your
We
family?
sort of
How many kids are in your family?
8.
8. Wow.
8
And
of us.
so now
Yes.
3/4 of them are saying there's no issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
And they
tell
have
me your
drinking
question.
problems.
Oh, they have drinking problems. No wonder they're saying there's no issues. So what's the question? First of all,
My question is, yeah,
congratulations. And thanks be to God that he gave you a wake-up call, right? That's awesome. So
yes.
give me your question.
Um, my question is that, I'm sorry, it just is upsetting, but it's hard to live in two realities. And my family, my whole
Which
adult life,
which
I,
two realities?
um, these memories came back later, a flashback,
Right.
and
So
then
which
an
two reality? I
EMDR.
understand. I understand. I'm just asking you,
Okay.
when you say two realities, what do you mean by that?
That I feel in my body that I was violated, but when I'm with them, everybody loves everyone and acts like everything's fine. And the brother that I had that experience with, everyone loves him the best, even
Okay,
people
so
that meet him for the
just
first time. And
stop for a second. That's one reality.
okay,
I live in a world where I remember and experience things that my family, and that's not the only experience you're talking about, that my family negates.
Correct.
It's only one reality.
I wonder if I could be wrong.
Well,
I know
I
I know
don't
that
know,
sounds silly, but
I don't know because I'm not there, and there's all sorts of that's a big that's a big topic. But before or instead of going there in this context, the way we're talking about, there's still only one reality, and the reality is I am remembering. It feels like my body is remembering, and you're feeling like you remember certain things happened to me while other people are telling me that's not true.
Yes.
That's the reality you're dealing with, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
what you need in order to kind of work through this, among other things, what you need is your reality validated. In other words, yes, that is what you're experiencing, and that's true, and that's what you're feeling.
Are you saying
And
that
what does that feel
regardless?
like? What does that feel like? And the pain and everything, all of that. Here's kind of it's a different topic. You need to have that. You need to have that validated. That is truly what you're feeling and experiencing. And so, what do we do with that? We enter into it and we heal it and we believe it and we listen to it.
Thank you. That's what I was wondering. Can I trust it regardless of what anyone says, so that I can process
Well,
through it?
trusting means that you validate it as that is what you're feeling. You can trust that that's what you're feeling.
Okay.
And you've got to trust what you feel in order to work through it. Now, does that mean that if you went before a judge in a court of law and everybody had to produce evidence to prove which side is right? We're not even talking about that. What we're talking about is validating your experience. And what does it feel like to not have your experience validated? And you're talking about more than even that one memory. You're talking about a childhood of going through a lot of dysfunction, and nobody's believing me. You need to have that validated.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because it was a lot, and the world made us seem like we were superstars. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're interpreting for your parents. What a great job. You're doing such a good job.
Right.
So I've done enough counseling to realize that that's how my identity was like I had to do. And anyway,
right. And so I'm going to say it again because I want you to grasp this, because that's a further pain in and of itself. Here's my reality. I'm hurting. People are telling me I live in a great family. That mixes me up. I'm confused.
Thank you. Exactly.
Doesn't that feel, when I say that, don't you feel a little more like solid on the earth?
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel like you can seen.
You feel seen, and I bet you could feel there's an experience of kind of being in your body.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I mean by you need to have this validated.
Okay. So having it validated, just continuing on with therapy, processing it, trusting myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Cloud, so my husband, he passed
And
away
your therapist,
41.
your therapist is going to help you wade through that. There's a lot of things. There are problems with memory. Memory is not a file cabinet. Memory is a complex issue of a lot of different feelings. Sometimes we have We have what are called symbolic or screen memories, one memory that represents a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a whole, that's what the working through and trying to find out what I feel and what happened in all of this. And that's something that you and your therapist can work hard on. But it doesn't matter, even if you're confused, that needs to be heard and validated.
Okay.
So anyway,
I
I got
really
to get some
appreciate
other
you
callers.
saying
Does that help?
Thank you. Yes, very much
And
so. I appreciate it, Dr. Cloud.
Okay, and remember, what did I say in the beginning of the program about an adult child? An adult was a child at one time, and then they become an adult. And what's the
Correct.
difference in an adult and a child? An adult sources their own life. They don't get their emotional support from their family of origin exclusively. They don't get their picture of reality from their family of origin. They don't get their learning about the universe and how life works and all that from them. Now they're adults and they guard and manage that, which means you get to choose the voices that speak into your life now as an adult who become your spiritual family. And so that's why an adult wouldn't depend on what brother and siblings who are in denial of a lot of things that were going on. They can't be the ones that source my reality for me. It's time to find a spiritual family that helps you find what real reality is. And that's important.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank
Sophie,
you.
thank you for your call.
I appreciate it. You're welcome. Thank you. God bless.
All righty. Bye-bye.